it's like drinking oatmeal. Oh, hi friends, and welcome to my Not a Sewing vlog, where I talk about sewing and other things, but rarely, almost never sew. Today's tea is not actually tea, it's more like drinkable oatmeal, which sounds weird, but on another, this is what Instagram made me buy. Have you seen the ads for Perk Energy? Promise, I'm not being paid to do this. They were running a sale in December, and as we've talked about before, I get migraines, and sometimes caffeine can help my migraines, which is, it's a vicious cycle because I need to stay hydrated for my migraines, but I also have found that caffeine can help, and I hate throwing pain meds at things all the time. So if it's a milder migraine, sometimes I will drink like a Coke Zero or something. So I decided to get the sampler pack when they were having a deal, and they were delicious. They taste like, I don't know, flavored hot cocos and all sorts of yummy stuff, and they give you like a super perk. Apparently it's comparable to coffee, but I don't drink enough coffee, and I do not drink it regularly, so I don't know. Anyway, so they were having a deal on their peach flavored ones, like peach crumble or something like that, and I love peach. It's one of my favorite flavors. So I got it, and it's basically like, do you ever try those like Quaker Oats? I think it's Quaker Oats. I don't know. The little oatmeal packets that you add like milk or hot water to. I love those. They have a peaches and cream one. That is what this tastes like, except without like the lumpy oatmeal. It's just like peaches and cream oatmeal drink. It's really good, and I love it, especially when it's cold, and it's cold. So not tea, Perk Energy. That's what I'm drinking. I'm a little flustered because I misplaced the remote to my ring light. So I've been running around like a crazy person trying to find it because the buttons on the thing don't appear to work the light. Good to know. So cannot lose remote. This remote does have this cool little hole in it, so I'm thinking I'm gonna like string a little thing with like a carabiner or something and just hook it to the ring light so that so I can't lose it. Now, if you watched my, and I'm changing my extra content video name to random extra content because it's getting more and more random for Sundays. If you watched my last random extra content video, I cut my hair myself. It was traumatic, very traumatic. A lot of what you did not see is handsome hubby consoling me, giving me hugs, standing in the doorway being like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, you know, like waving him off, but being very supportive and awesome. And afterwards I was like, I love it. I love it. Cause even if you love it, it's still a traumatizing experience, and ponytails in the middle of my head, all sorts of stuff. But, so I'm really warm. I run really warm, guys. So wearing big thick sweaters is not usually a great idea for me, but my house is freezing. So I did the butterfly haircut that Brad Mondo has a tutorial for, and I love it, actually. It gave my hair a lot more body. If you have paid attention at all in my videos to my hair, it was pretty much all one length. It was this length. So it was basically this, but thicker, and none of all of this fun stuff. And so when I curl my hair, the curls would be like here. And so a lot of times when I did my hair, it felt like flat, 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 flat curl. And I wanted more. And I haven't quite, I realized I need to kind of change the way I curl my hair to pick up these upper layers more. I need to like lift my hand over my head and lift these upper layers and stuff instead of going down here like I usually do, to help the volume of those upper layers and give them more curl. This is just me curling my hair like I usually do. But you can totally see how it's like picked up so much extra body and all these fun layers. And I wasn't sure how I felt about these short layers around my face. I do think they could probably be blended better, but I am terrified to do any more cutting on my hair. So I do have a really good friend who does cut hair, and she actually owes me a haircut, which I completely forgot about until like yesterday. So I'm thinking next time I'm down the Tacoma area, I'm going to be like, hey, you know how you owe me a haircut for that fabric I gave you? Can you use it to just kind of help these blend a little better? But for someone who was terrified of cutting their hair and put giant ponytails in the middle of their forehead and up on top of their head and cried and like had total nervous breakdown in front of everybody and anxiety attacks and everything, I think it did really good. And I think it turned out really good, and I'm very happy with it. And I've played with it a little bit, and it does some really cute things with some of the styles I like to do with my hair. And there's still lots of it, and there's still plenty of length. I did go back in and cut about 2 more inches off the length. Well, not me. It was really scary. I told handsome hubby to do it, and I like showed him in the mirror where, you know, I said, so see this like first new layer up here? I want you to cut up to that, because my length was like this tiny little pointy rat tail at the bottom, because I hadn't touched the actual like length that was left, and it still had all of its dead ends and everything because it hadn't been cut. I was like, can you cut that off to that first new level? And that was probably about 2 inches. Not a whole lot, but enough to make the length slightly thicker and cut off a lot of that aki dead. And now like my curls are bouncier because it's healthier. You guys, if you are at all like me and you're like, haircuts are the devil, oh, I hate them so much, just take a deep breath, a couple deep breaths, and just remember that afterwards, your hair feels so much healthier. If you like to style your hair at all, it takes your style so well. It's so much better, guys. Do it. Just do it. You know me. Just do it. I picked up another cosplay. Well, maybe. It's not 100% yet. It's not 100% decided. I love to like insert myself into things. So don't ever invite me to anything. Okay, that's not true. Invite me to everything. But I'll do it. I'll say yes. But also don't tell me about fun stuff, because I'll also invite myself. I was chatting with a kind of a new friend I've made and another cosplayer, and she was telling me about how she's doing this Barbie, the Barbie movie, The Princess and the Pauper. Now let me tell you quick interjection about the Barbie movies. I love the music, and I totally love all the cosplays of the beautiful dresses in the Barbie movies. I hate the movies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that like, ugh. And I know hate's a strong word. I guess I should back up. I dislike the movies. And it's only because of the animation style. The animation style is so, like, it reminds me of these, like, late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, I don't know where they were, like video games. Like, there's one video game that totally comes to mind. It's Sid Meier's Pirates. I love that video game so much. Totally reminds me of that animation style. Now, when you're playing a video game, I mean, you kind of expect that, but for like a cartoon type movie, I don't like it. I don't like it. Have I seen all the Barbie movies? Yes. Do I choose to watch them over and over again? No. Because I can't stand the animation style. But I do love the music. I listen to the music. The music is fun and pretty and I love it. And I love the cosplays of the Barbie outfits and the dresses and stuff. I think they're beautiful and gorgeous and fun. Anyway, so she was telling me that for one of the days at Emerald City Comic Con, she's dressing up, her and two of her friends are dressing up as characters from The Princess and the Pauper, one of the Barbie movies. And I was like, oh my goodness, well, you know, if you guys are doing, if the day you're dressing up is this day, I could totally come as Madame Carp, who is, if you've seen the movie, it's Erica's, it's the mean lady who like totally harasses Erica. Anyway, just interjecting myself into her group. But when I do that, I don't mean to be like, invite me to your thing, make me do your thing. I just get really excited about like, oh, that is so fun. I want to be part of the fun. I want to do the fun. Oh, I love that movie. Oh, I love that thing. I want to do the thing. Let's do the thing together. It's like I've said before, I thrive off of like dressing up and playing with people. I am still the little girl at heart who just wants to dress up and play with a world of friends. Like the whole world needs to just dress up and be my friends. We will all dress up together. It will be amazing and fun. So, and she was like, oh, that would be amazing. So, you know, immediately I'm like, what fabric do I need for Madame Carp? And I need to figure out the big hat and I need blah, blah, blah. And then she's chatting with her group and her group's like, we're not sure that day is going to work for us. And I'm like, whoa, I totally put the cart ahead of the horse on this. There's two other people in her group. I need to chillax and just let her group make their decisions. And then we'll find out. So it's not 100%, but maybe. And if not, then I have my Penelope and I'll totally Penelope it up on that day. Thank you for helping me with my fabric decisions, by the way. I think everyone's right. The dark pink that showed up darker than I thought it should be actually is probably the correct color. I overthink things when it comes to costuming, like majorly. I don't know why I'm like, things have to be exactly the way they are. It's a cartoon, Emily. It's a cartoon. But I was rewatching the scene with the fairies. Let me tell you about the fairies. I am like all the fairies. It's crazy. So I'm totally Flora because I'm very like everyone's mother, and I love pink. Love pink. Love pink. Pink is very in my wardrobe. I mean, I try to wear lots of colors, but I love pink. And I picked that up from my grandma on my dad's side. When I was little, she loved pink, and we used to watch old movies, all old, like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, like movies with the big dresses and everything together. And then she also used to take me to the local college's ballroom dancing competitions, and we'd always like cheer for whatever couple had the girl in the pink foofy dress. So it's probably more information than you needed. But yeah, pink. This is going to sound ridiculous because I just said my house is really hot, but I got a really big fluffy sweater and I don't have a shirt. I can take it off and like have a shirt on for you guys. And I'm not pausing the video to do that. So I'm going to fan myself for a second while I talk to you. Anyway, so I'm totally like Flora. In those regards, I'm very much like Fauna in the fact that she sees like conflict going on and she's like, I'm just gonna stand back here and make a cake. You guys have your make it blue, make it pink fight, and I'm gonna stand back here and make a cake. Like non-confrontational. Let's just not la la la, cake, cake, cake. Oh dear, all the candles are falling off. You know, trying to be very positive and not contribute or be part of the, you know, stressful situation at all. So I'm very fauna. I also am a huge nature lover. I don't get out into nature nearly as much as I would like to. A lot of it has to do with how out of shape I am. But I have goals. I have goals. You will see them too. Because I have plans and goals that all tie into other plans and goals. It's going to be a good year. Anyway, I love nature so much. And then there's Merriweather. Merriweather, who can be like obstinate and is like, no, I mean, Merriweather is kind of the rules girl. She's like, that is not right. This is how it's supposed to be. You know, and she's not just rules, like she's the rules girl, but she's also like the practical one, you know? And she's the one who's like, can we get real here? We have never cooked, made dresses. We've never done things before in our life. You know, it's our basically our adoptive daughter's birthday. Come on, people. Anyway, I'm also a lot like Merriweather. Plus, if anyone tried to use me as a dress form, things would go down exactly the same way. I'm very sure. How did I get there? How do I get to the 3 fairies, guys? Oh, my dress. Thank you for helping me with my dress fabric. I was rewatching that scene and I noticed something. I know this is way too detail, but I noticed that the dress that the 3 fairies make is a much darker pink. The one that is like handmade by Flora on Merriweather as the dress form is like this much darker pink, and it's got like, it's like lined in almost like a maroon and has like the funky collar thing she tries to make, and I think some sleeve edging is like red, and then there's like, you know, the colorful bows, and oh, you can see black stitching. Like, it's crazy. Where the dress that they make for Aurora by Magic is much lighter pinks. Not quite this light pink, actually. This is a bit too light of a pink, honestly. I mean, it would work perfectly. It'd work lovely and fine. But I just mean, like, according to the cartoon, it's slightly darker, the main part of like the skirt and stuff. This would work for the lighter part of the pink. But still, it's a much lighter pink. So anyway, I was like, okay. And I think my brain was trying to decide if people would see the dark pink and be like, huh, who is that? Where if a lighter pink, if people would think Sleeping Beauty, if this would, because I don't want to walk around and have people be like, who are you? Like, what is this costume you have on? Where I felt like maybe the lighter pink would help people recognize the costume more quickly. But you're right. I think the darker pink will look better and make more sense. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I also found the perfect fabric for one of my other cosplays that I am not discussing just yet, but I will soon. And I've already started work on those 2. So I have a month. The guts of Merriweather are almost about done. They're not as, I got a little carried away with the guts on Merriweather. And then I had to like stop, back up and be like, okay, why does the dress look all round and lumpy on her? It's because she's short and wearing this foofy dress. That's what's causing that round foof, is her own dress from underneath her. So with that in mind, I kind of backed up the craziness that I was doing and conceptualized the under part to be a lot simpler, which will also be a lot less heavy and hot, I think. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. I'm already sick of these costumes. Does this happen to you? I'm already sick of them. I'm already like over it. Done. Want them to be done because there's 2 costumes coming up that I really want to work on, that I want to wear and foof around in and be happy. One of them is, I'm going to pull out the Felicity's meat dress, the original meat dress that I started last year, and get that finished up because there may be a doll picnic in the future. And then there's another one that I don't remember right this minute off the top of my head. My friends have gone American Doll crazy. It started with one friend, and then, you know, her finding all these great deals on American Dolls and kind of showing me where you can find great deals on American Dolls encouraged me to find my Felicity doll. I'm pointing over here because she is standing there looking at me and looking gorgeous in her riding habit today. A little bit about my Felicity doll. I'm always jealous when I see all these beautiful costumers posting these pictures of them when they were little with their Felicity dolls. I'm always so jealous. So when I was little, I mean, we had money for our needs, but we didn't have money for like expensive toys, and American Girl dolls are expensive. And so when I was little, I loved them so much. Especially the historical ones were my favorite, and Felicity most of all, because she had red hair and she loved a horse. And she was so brave, and she was always getting into like kooky adventures, and she got to dress up and go to tea. She was basically me in the colonial era. I just loved her. And I got all the magazines. I would get all the magazines, and my friends would read the books, and then they'd give them to me when they were done. So I read all of the books because I love to read. And but I didn't get to get a doll because they were way too expensive. And I wanted one forever. And, you know, I can't believe it took me so long into adulthood to realize that being an adult isn't some set, like, thing. I don't know. I don't know if you came across this, but for a long time, into my adulthood, I thought that things had to go a certain way, and you know, you don't buy toys anymore, and you don't do this. I love that I finally have my beautiful Felicity doll. I'm collecting her outfits. I think I have 2 outfits left. That's all I'm getting though. I'm not getting her accessories. I'm just getting her outfits and any accessories that come with her outfits. I'm not getting her bed or her stuff or anything, just the doll and the clothes. That's it. No more rabbit holes. But my friends have all these dolls, and they wanted to get together and try clothes on our dolls and, you know, brush their hair and stuff. And I found out after talking to someone online that my Felicity doll is an original Felicity doll, which means she is an original release. She is one of the first batch of Felicity dolls that was released. So she is extra precious. So it takes me 20 minutes to get an outfit on and off of her. I go very slowly. I'm very careful with her limbs. Her hair had never been brushed when I got her. Like, I got the best deal on this doll. Obviously, whoever sold it to me did not know what they had. Part of the rubber band like that holds the hair, it had gotten old and broken, but it was still there under her ribbon. Like her hair had never been brushed. And so I keep it very carefully the way she is. But I wanted a doll to play with my friends, as an adult woman. And me and my husband, we don't have jobs right now. We're working on it very hard. I'm not going to get emotional today about that because we're working on it very hard. Good things will happen. So I did some research on 18-inch dolls and what dolls can share clothes and are about the same size. And I went to Target and I got this doll. I can't remember her name, but I love her. She's very shiny, very soft hair. It's really shiny in this light. Wow. It's very brushable hair. Unlike the American Girl dolls, it's not a wig. It comes straight out of her head, which does kind of make it so you can do any hairstyle you want with her. Her eyes close and open. She can share all the clothes and everything. She's posable, just like American Girls. I love her eyes. I don't know if you can tell. They are blue and like brown. They're really pretty. It's one of the reasons I picked her. And she's got this beautiful like olive complexion. They had a doll named Emily, but she was blue-eyed and very blonde and very white. And other than being very white, I just didn't feel any relation to her. She just didn't appeal to me. And this beautiful doll did. And I got this cute little outfit for her, where American Girl doll outfits are so much money. This one costs, I think, like $12. It's a little school outfit, but it looks so much like clothes I wear. And because she was like $25, $26, I brush her hair, I dress her. This is my doll to play with dolls with my friend's doll. So, I know, that's a lot of doll talk. I'm done now, I promise. Done with doll talk. Other things I've been working on is I was fixing the sleeves for my Italian Renaissance dress. I know you've seen the dress in pictures from like Ren fairs and stuff. It's kind of a gold and yellow dress with like a purple flower brocade motif on it. And it has a big velvet stripe of fabric at the bottom that looks like this. Well, what you may not know is it has sleeves that go with it. I just rarely wear them because, well, Ren fair, you can kind of, if you're not going to be historically accurate, then you might as well be comfortable. Ren fairs are in the summer and they're hot, and this is a thick velvet lined sleeve. Well, there's an SCA event this weekend that might be going to. If I do, I'll take lots of pictures for you. And the lace on this sleeve was not tacked down, so it folds over sometimes and stuff. So I was tacking this lace down and fixing where some threads had come out. And I don't love the kind of gold ribbons that are attached. Oh, I'm missing a ribbon tie came off this. I'm glad I made this video. I need to make more ribbon ties. Anyway, to tie the sleeve on. And then I was fixing some issues on my partlet, which I also never wear to Ren fair, because it's this thick linen partlet with embroidery and a beautiful lace color. Anyway, so that's a little hand sewing I was doing. I hate hand sewing, by the way. I have big, chunky fingers and I don't hand sew very well. And my stitches are big and awkward, and I just, if it can be done by machine, I do it by machine. I am not a hand sewer. There are very few things that I just, it has to be done by hand, or it will not work right on your machine, but very few. Let me think. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I show you my fabric? So this fabric I found, I've been looking for this fabric, a certain kind of fabric. Looking. And this fabric I found is this beautiful brocade. I don't know if it's showing up. It's kind of this deep, deep green with this beautiful, it's like an antique gold. It's like a gold and a gray together. And then it's reversible. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's kind of quilted on the reverse side, but I love it. This beautiful fabric was in my stash. Yeah, it was in my fabric stash in the bottom of a bin. I have had this fabric since 2003. I have been terrified and afraid to use this fabric. And when I found it, I was like, this is what I've been looking for this cosplay. I mean, it's a little thicker than I want, but it'll be perfect. So I'm chopping it up. It's chopped up already. I'm using it and it's happening. So you will get to see what that is. I think that's it for me today. Thank you for watching my vlog, and I love you, friends, and I want to hear what you're working on. I want to hear what events you're going to. I want to hear your dress-up stories. Tell me your things. Tell me your things. And don't forget not to edit. Okay, bye.